The 19th annual mining Indaba started yesterday, with a lot of the focus being on the current relationship that the South African government has with the mining sector. Godfery Mutizwa caught up with Andile Sangqu, who's executive director at Xstrata, and told us what his expectations were for the Indaba.
I think coming out of this Indaba for us is just the reassurance by government and also by Labour that there is a scope for us to work together. You know, the challenges that the mining industry is facing at the moment are not insurmountable challenges. What is important is a commitment, you know, from all of us, from business, from government and from Labour, to find lasting solutions.
Is that will there? What's your sense?
Look, I think the will is there, but I think that somehow we miss one another. You know, we need to find a place where we can both commit to a common set of values, a common vision, and a common sense of identity. You know, I'm almost inclined to say that we need a mining codessa, you know, where we just reaffirm, you know, what it is that we want to get out of the mining industry, and what is it going to take. In other words, what is the respective and the relative role of each of the players in the mining industry. You know, when you're talking about the wheel, is that unless we really entrench our sense of commitment, we're going to keep on changing goalposts. I think that the mining industry is ready and willing to invest to the extent that we've got a predictable regulatory framework. We also have a better sense of some of the key drivers, you know, of growth. One of them being the issue of the quality and the quantity of investment in infrastructure, and also some of the tariffs. I mean, you know, at the moment, you know, Eskom is proposing a multi-year price determination on electricity. These are significant input costs that affect the mining production. Having said that, we're very much aware of our own obligation, you know, as a mining company, in terms of ensuring that we active as employers, and also making sure that we respond, you know, positively to the issues of the mining charter, for example, and to other national transformation imperatives. So we are alive to that, but what we need is that kind of a dialogue that reaffirmed the relative commitments of all of these parties, you know. And I'm hoping that, you know, in this mining Indaba, you know, there'll be a reaffirmation, you know, of those kinds of conversations, and hoping also that post the Indaba, there'll be firm plans and programs that will then give more impetus, you know, to that.
Now, I'm sure you've been asked the question by international companies, international investors about what's going on in South Africa. What do you tell them when they say to you, this place does not feel like it's safe for me to put my money down?
Look, our view is that, I mean, this is our general response. Look, we do have challenges, you know, but like most other countries in the world, you know, they do have challenges. But what is more important is to have a common script, to say both as country, in terms of government, labor, and also as the mining companies, how are we going to get ourselves out of these challenges? They are not unique. Maybe the severity and also the timing of some of these things is unfortunate, but we don't think that the problems of South Africa are that unique, to be honest, you know, and insurmountable. So there is indeed, you know, a resoluteness and determination, you know, at least from the side of the industry, to say we're prepared to work with government as well as with Labour to try and find lasting solutions to these problems.
Have they listened to you? Have they believed what you've been saying? How strong has been the skepticism?
Look, Godfrey, let's start off by saying that because of challenges of history and challenges of our own legacy, we cannot run away from the fact that there is a trust deficit. In other words, you know, both from business and Labour and also from business and government. So part of these active conversations, in the fullness of time, they would narrow that trust deficit. And we think that that forms then a very solid basis for these kinds of conversations that are absolutely required. You know, there is no other way. You know, we've got to find one another. We need to build these partnerships. You know, it's not like, for example, we can say that you know, the country is not we cannot make investments. We just need to find a way of making sure that it works for everyone.